Here we are again, riding bikes. Took yesterday off and cleaned the bike up. You see how beautiful it is out here? Check it out. Okay. There's this photographer I follow on YouTube, and his name is Dan Milnor. Apparently quite famous, although he denies it. He's very self-deprecating. He wants nothing to do with the limelight, social media. Ironically, he has a YouTube channel. My goodness. There's a lot of traffic out here. So, I was watching Dan's channel the other day, and he likes to gravel bike like me and get out there and see nature, and he loves it, so do I. But he was commenting about just recently he went out for, I think he was riding or he's with his 4x4, and he went way out in the back country. And no matter where he stopped, he found garbage and trash. And unfortunately, that is something that's very common along the Chilliwack Lake Road as well. And his hypothesis or theory of why this happens is because of a broken education system. That made me think, because my knee-jerk reaction was, well, it's because of bad parenting, which is partially true. But he said because of the educational system in the United States that is very broken, you have kids, teenagers in middle school, junior high, I don't know what they call it, in high school, who are a product of a broken education system, and they find themselves without hope. They have hopelessness. And people without hope tend to care less about everyday normal type of things. Like, it doesn't cross their mind to just chuck a bottle out the window on a road trip. It doesn't bother them at all to go camping in the backwoods and just dump all their garbage at the campsite before they leave. So his theory is that comes from a broken education system, which instills a sense of hopelessness into kids who go out into the world with less attachment and caring and moral center, and then they do stuff like litter and throw garbage everywhere. And so I guess I'm saying I agree with him, but it also comes up to the upbringing, their parenting, their peers. And I get it. If you trickle it down, if you keep drilling into it, were parents a victim of a broken education system? Were their parents a victim of a broken education system? How far back can you go and use a broken education system as a explanation for why people litter and throw garbage everywhere, especially out in nature? Because they won't do it in public because there's too much, well, there would be a potential conflict. So they avoid that, don't they? Let's let this guy go by. So I guess it's a mixture of a little bit of everything. A broken education system and poor parenting and peer groups that, they don't intervene in that sort of behavior and say, wait a minute, we're not leaving this campsite like this. We're going to clean it up, So there's peer pressure. You want to be the cool kid, so you're not going to stop a group of your friends from littering. You're going to, unfortunately, you're just going to join right in. So now his point of view is from the American educational system. Clearly, I'm Canadian. Our education system seems to be not broken to an extent, I'm sure it has problems. But I do think that kids these days in the school system do have a sense of hopelessness, and they do wonder about their future, and they're skeptical about their future, so they don't care about the future per se, and they live in the here and now, which is good in a sense, but then they're destructive, you know, and every teenager goes through those years. But I mean, I think that it just comes, no matter where you are in the world, it comes from parenting, good peers, and the education system, and just having that moral center and sense of right and wrong, no matter what your future is. You don't go out into the wilderness and have a huge fire and then just leave all your garbage all over the place. It's not wrong. It's right. Can I get this right, you guys? It's wrong. There's nothing right about that. That's all I got to say on that. So Dan Milner, I doubt you'll ever see this, but I like how you think, man. And I agree with this. I agree with this sentiment. All right, let's get rolling before a bear comes out here and makes my wife jealous.